I just wanted to do a video on my baits and lures, how I run in this setup, something a little new. I took the same wiring cage stuff and I basically framed in the inside of my bag so everything will ride in here. Carry my T-bones, urine, don't know if yeah, right there, some of them just tongue depressor sticks used for bait and luring, and then got pockets. I put wool and other different stuff, but that way my whole bag, lure bag, it's all ready to go out of the truck. Got that, and I'll carry my bag with wax dirt and everything. Also in my bag here, so I got my T-bones, my baits I'll carry, and then I put my lures all in 1 ounce things so I can carry them easier. But I'll carry an empty container, put coyote droppings in that, so use them at the sets. And then also I'm going to carry another empty container cleaned out for putting glands and stuff. I'm going to save coyote glands this year. We saved muskrat, and of course we always save beaver castor. We just sold our rat glands, got almost $100 for them, so I'm going to save coyote glands next year too. There's also just a shortage in the market, and need to save them so the guys can make more baits and lures for us. Alright, so I've done a video before on the baits and lures, but this is what I'm going to run this year, changing up a little bit. So here we have Cavin's Minnesota brand Hiawatha, and they actually have it back in stock now, I've seen. Still my favorite bait, one of the best priced, reasonable bait. And then Powder River by O'Gorman. Been a lot of coyotes caught with that stuff over the years. It's worked good for me too. It's mostly expensive, so I bought a lot less of it this year. I'm trying to find cheaper alternatives that work just as good. This is one I tried last year, and I've come to very, very much like it. Is Carmen's Bushwhacker. You guys might give it a shot. It worked good for me. And then Cavin's Terminator works real good. It's a lot more expensive than the others, but I think it's just got a lot of good quality glands in it. And I'll use a little tiny bit down a punch hole or stuff, or at a remake, or on a T-bone. Works real good. So off my video last year, this one right here, RK's Predator Bait Plus, somebody recommended, and looking around, other guys talked pretty good about it, pretty highly about it, so I'm giving it a shot. And it actually, I don't know anything about baits and lures or anything, but it smells very similar to O'Gorman's. So it's supposed to be that Nelson formula. I don't know anything about them, but I'm giving it a shot. This is, you can get this from Mark Jones. It's Rusty Johnson's Lucky Predator Bait. It's beaver based, and I know everything likes to eat beaver, so we're giving it a shot. You buy it by the gallon. It's not really all that poorly priced. Very reasonable, I think. And then this one from Andy Weezer, Horsemeat Predator Bait. This is, I think it was only like 50 bucks for a gallon, so super cheap. I'm gonna try it out, see how it goes this year. But recap, those 4 there are tried, true, proven, and these are the 3 I'm trying this year, so we'll see. So next up, I don't ever carry them all at once, but Bobcat fox urine. I use by far the most fox urine, but I like coyote urine. It works good to catch fox, bobcat also, but it works for coyotes, so I use all 3 off and on. Primarily I use fox and bobcat urine, but I like having all them in my bag. Okay, and here's the lures that I'm going to have in my bag this year. I also, one thing I'm doing different, trying to keep better records and be able to tell better what's working, is I've got rigged up where I'm using 1 bait with 1 or 2 lures, and I'm using that combination every time so I can get more of a pattern. Also, some stuff has just worked good for me in the past, so I'm sticking with that, obviously. But starting off here, we'll start with John Graham's Super Bonanza. Used it last year, used it before. Works great, going to continue using it. Badland Bob's is a cat lure, but I'm going to use it primarily for my coyotes too this year, but it's kind of a new one I'm going to be running. And Tomcat, I've used it last year. I use it a lot on my coyote sets if I think there's a chance of catching a cat there, and it continues to produce coyotes for me. And that's a great bobcat lure. This Carmen's Canine Call. It's very loud, excellent lure. It's worked great for me. Used it last year, year before. Of course, using it again this year. one I'm trying is this Pro's Choice. That'll be a new one I'm trying this year. Another one I used last year before is this Hazlitt's lure out of Montana, his Pale Coyote. I really like it, works great for me. Then of course Lennon's Super Range All Call. Now these you've got to get them from Lennon. If you Google on his website or the internet, you can find a number for him. If not, I can get you one. I know I think Gonzo's got a thing on how to get it to him. Also, this is a muskrat. I don't have a new one yet. I used up everything I had last year, but it's muskrat Super All Call. Pretty much the only rat lure I use anymore. It's by far my favorite. It's in that Vaseline type deal. It sticks, it stays, works great. But, I used this Super Range All Call Coyote last year. I use it a lot of times with this Gorman's Coyote Gland. It seems to work real well together. I don't know why, it just does, so that's where I'm using that. A couple of new ones here is this Yodel Dog and Violator 7 from Cavan. I'm trying them this year, see how they work. Bounty Hunter I used a lot last year. It's supposed to be an excellent fox lure. It produced a couple fox for me, but it definitely catches a lot of coyotes for me too. So GH2 I used a tiny little bit last year. I'm just gonna try and use it a little more this year, get a better idea on it. This Milligan's brand Catmandu and Steppenwolf are two new ones I'm trying. Along with this, this is another Andy Weezer Montana Long Call. That'll be a new one I'm trying. I already told you about the Coyote Gland, and this is by far my #1 producer, most used. Is Tom Miranda's High Plains Predator Call, and it works for about everything. Great lure. Get some, try it out. You'll like it. Another thing is sheep's wool. I like to shove it down the hole, put it under a log. Makes a lure holder, makes a little bit of eye appeal. I highly recommend that. And then another thing I'll throw out there to you is like these from Cavan's, Fox Hollow. They hold pretty good. You won't lose your labels, but the rest of everything I tape up, put tape around them, and then it holds so the water don't deteriorate. You can tell what lure you're getting after each time. And one I forgot, this Cavan's Minnesota Red. I like fox smells for catching coyote, and I've read about guys catching bobcat on them too. I just like a fox smell, so I'm using that primarily for coyotes. But fox comes along, and all the better. For just my other lures, these are my favorite too, Beaver Lures. I haven't tried a ton, but the Sweetwater Flattail works great. And that Flattail Gold is a kind of a pasty deal. It sticks around through the water. It's great. Then for muskrat, of course, there's that Lennon's Super All Call. Then these are a couple Otter Lures, and I haven't used either. This will be the first year trying them. I got some spots where there's a few more otter. Gonna go after next year. But also otter smells just work good for a curiosity deal, kind of like a mink lure. So that's what's in my bag. That's how I got her set up. I'll carry all my lures in 1 ounce, and I'll carry most of my bait in these 4-ounce containers, or I'll put a couple in those kind of containers, and then they all fit in the bag. I'm not packing around a ton. I got it all there with me. Like I said, I'm going to kind of color code them so they're just quick and easy to get and set up. I keep better records. Hope you enjoyed. Like to hear what you all think of them, and if you got any other advice. Like I said, this RK's Predator bait, I'm trying that one this year because someone recommended it last year. We'll see how it goes.